And if you are in the market for a car that you could drive anytime, anywhere, confidently, and drive hundreds and thousands of kilometers on it, and if you properly maintain it, still runs like brand new even after 10 years, you really need to consider this pickup truck. It's the Toyota GR Hilux, a pickup truck for all seasons.
If you ever split the name Hilux in half, you'll notice that it's actually a combination between the words high and luxury. And that is perhaps the best way to describe what this pickup truck is all about. It stands tall like a truck, and it can haul things like a truck. But because of the comfort features that you have, the element of luxury properly blends into a comfy daily drive. First launched in the 1960s, this truck has seen everything and has been everywhere. Ask anyone what's one of the first names they'll think about when you ask about pickup trucks, and more often than not, you will hear the name Hilux in that bracket. So what happens when you get the Hilux, tune up the engine, and upgrade the underbody? You end up with this, the Toyota Hilux GR Edition.
Okay, the Toyota GR Hilux is ready for anything. Okay, now you will notice the difference of this truck versus the Conquest variant. And you know what? This truck is ready for some really strong off-road action. Okay, now you're gonna like that in the simple chance that if you get stuck in the middle of nowhere and you really can't get out, this is a nice option to have when it comes to a pickup truck. You'll notice the upgrade in performance figures with the GR Hilux, and really it's a nod to the Dakar heritage that this pickup truck has. And you know what? I'm only driving this truck in its stock configuration. What more if we upgrade? When you look to your left, look. Are those what they call tamaros? Moo! New to the Toyota GR Hilux are the tires and as well as the side fenders of this look, giving you a taller and a wider stance. In terms of performance, you also get an upgrade with your brakes and your suspension, making this truck a whole lot more off-road capable. Now, outside performance, what you will like about the GR Hilux is the look that you have here. You have a black and white look here with this particular unit, but you also have it available in other color variants if that is your preference. Now with this truck, you also have keyless access here and as well as a multi-view camera for better practicality and visibility. When it comes to your underbody, you also have mud flaps. Now it's a very small detail, but off-roaders will enjoy that simple detail. Why? Because it helps keep your underbody clean, especially when going through mud.
The front of the GR Hilux gives you this rough and rugged look that shows how this truck is ready for anything. Now let's talk about the numbers. For length, you have 5,320 millimeters, and for width, you have 2,020 millimeters. You also have a height of 1,880 millimeters. There's LED headlights here with adaptive functions, and take note that in terms of colors, aside from the white variant that you see here, the GR Hilux is also available in red and also in black.
Okay. Here's something quirky about the GR Hilux that you may not see with the other pickup trucks from the Toyota lineup. Cool, huh? You have hydraulic mounts for your hood, or however else you want to call that, and it's kind of similar to a Toyota Super Grandia. Now, you may not have a Super Grandia, but you have that little detail there. But it doesn't stop there. Now, I know that's a nice way to access your hood, one way up, one way down. But if you happen to be in the middle of nowhere and these little details break down on you, which is a rare occasion by the way, it's nice to see this little detail here. This could be seen from other variants of the Toyota Hilux. And you know what? It just goes exactly right here. So in essence, you have 3 pillars keeping your hood up. That's a great way to access your engine bay if in case you're stuck in the middle of nowhere and you need to fix anything. But the truth is though, I don't know if anything could break down with a truck like this because after all, it is a Toyota.
Now, if you're also getting a pickup truck for the payload capacity, take a look at this. Your GR Hilux carries the same dimensions in terms of payload capacity and size as the Hilux Conquest. However, this one is tuned more for sporty adventures. This also has something to do with the monotube shock absorbers that are added onto this truck.
Essentially, this means that loading or unloading things from the GR Hilux will feel a little bit taller. But then again, this is still a pickup truck at the end of the day. But the upside with this truck though is that you have tailgate assist, making loading or unloading a little bit easier. Looking at the back of your Hilux, as you can see, what you have in the back in terms of lights is very complementary to what you have in the front. And the overall design language of this GR Hilux really follows the overall design language of the Hilux over the past few years. With this truck though, you have your Toyota badging as well as your GR badging all over this car. Now you might wonder though, for a pickup truck like this, is it hard to drive if you're stuck in traffic? Well, let's talk about it. Okay, let's be real for a second. If you buy yourself a Toyota GR Hilux or a Hilux or a pickup truck in general, there is going to be a possibility where you have to drive through traffic or city roads. So, what's it like? Well, come to think about it, driving the GR Hilux through traffic or through small streets, it doesn't feel daunting despite the size of this pickup truck. I'll tell you why. Now, take it with a grain of salt though, if you're coming from something like, let's say, a Vios or a Toyota Yaris Cross, let's say, the size of it all, yes, it might take some getting used to. But after a day or two with your Hilux, as I've said before, you're gonna be perfectly fine. It's really just about using your car. But what's nice about this truck though is that you sit tall, and so you have a little bit more of a point of view when it comes to moving around. And your steering, there's a new design to it, and it also feels a little bit lighter compared to the other variants of the Toyota Hilux. But again, this is still a pickup truck, a purpose-built vehicle at the end of the day. What I like about the GR Hilux is that there's a lot more comfort here, and you'll notice that also with the seats and the surfaces that you have when it comes to the GR Hilux. And as well as your screen in the middle. It's 9-inch with wireless connectivity, both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And if visibility really gets tricky, remember that there's a button down here for your multi-view camera.
If you've ever driven or been inside a Toyota Hilux before, you'll notice how consistent it is here inside the GR Hilux. And that's a good thing for the simple fact that it's consistent and easy to maintain in the long run, and learning it isn't that difficult. The seats in the back feel like a pickup truck. It sits upright and you have an armrest in the middle with cup holders. Isofix tethers are also easy access if you travel with kids, and that goes well with the air vents in the middle. If you need more space for your interior, remember that the rear seats also fold upwards.
And just when you think there's not a lot of space in the back of the Hilux, well, think again. When it comes to the GR Hilux, where you really want to be sitting is right here. Right here on the driver's seat. Now here inside your pickup truck, it is a pickup truck that's ready for off-road action, but this is also a pickup truck that's been durable and reliable over the past few years. Now the overall design language here inside the GR Hilux is still pretty much the same compared to other cars from the Hilux lineup. Now you still have your GR seats here with your red seat belts, and those are really nice touches. But what I'm a huge fan of when it comes to the GR Hilux is your driver's display. It is analog, but there's still a digital information screen in the middle giving you all of the other information that you need to make your drive easier. Fuel economy, range, all of that right there. Now, I'm a fan of the layout when it comes to your analog gauges. It's still very similar compared to the other Hiluxes of the past, and it's very consistent. Something for veteran drivers to really enjoy, so it doesn't feel very alienating, and embracing new tech isn't that difficult. The wheel, pretty much the same again with the red in the middle, which gives you a nice and sporty touch, and you have your paddle shifters in the back. You also have buttons to make your drive easier, from cruise control and as well as media settings, all right here. Now the overall dashboard layout that you have for your GR Hilux is still very much Hilux, and even for tuner in some situations, so if you're coming from either of the two, getting familiar with this isn't a problem. I'm a fan of the carbon fiber trims here to go with the soft leather that you have and the piano black surfaces. It all really gives you a nice balance when it comes to the GR Hilux. You also have physical buttons down below for your air conditioning, and as well as your transfer case and your traction control and everything else. There's a wireless charging pad down below to go with your J-type gear shifter and your adjustable drive modes for better or simpler throttle response. And lastly, when it comes to your cup holders, yes, you have two in the middle, but you also have one on each side of your car, keeping your cold drinks cool on a hot summer day and keeping your hot drinks a little bit warmer if it's just a little bit too hot.
Under the hood of the Toyota GR Hilux is a 2.8-liter diesel engine with 224 PS of power and 550 Newton-meters of torque, all mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission.
With the GR Hilux, you have an additional 20 PS of power and 50 Newton-meters of torque, all going with your 2.8-liter diesel engine. Now you might be wondering, how does that affect the overall drive experience of the GR Hilux? Well, to answer that question, it's time to buckle up and let's take this truck for a drive. From track to the road. That's what Toyota's mantra is when it comes to their GR vehicles. Now, for those unfamiliar, GR stands for Gazoo Racing. And to explain it easier, that's pretty much Toyota's sport category when it comes to their vehicles. Like, you know how Mercedes has the AMG and BMW has M and Hyundai has N and everybody else has that one sport category. For Toyota, it is GR. So whenever you hear a car with a GR variant, you gotta know that that car is ready for a different kind of action. Now, just to name a few in terms of examples, the World Rally Championship has been the stage for the GR Yaris. And when it comes to Dakar rallies, the Hilux has been dominating in that series. Now, all things considered, when you look at those cars dominating in those categories, yes, they do great there. But what's it like to have them in day-to-day situations?
New to the GR Hilux are added safety features like rear cross-traffic alert and blind spot detection, which do well in terms of visibility. And you're also treated with Toyota Safety Sense, which also gives you things like pre-collision system, lane departure alert, dynamic radar cruise control, and a panoramic view monitor. You also get monotube shock absorbers that go well with your suspension system and the GR specified brake calipers that add stopping power to the Toyota GR Hilux.
And that's what makes this pickup truck a whole lot of fun. There is a reason why people buy trucks like this, put in 200,000 kilometers to it, and when they sell it in the secondhand market, they keep saying that it still drives like brand new. And when you look at it from far away, connect all of the dots, you realize that this isn't just a pickup truck. This is what Toyota means by toughness you can trust.